Hello beauties, and welcome back to the Bumpy Bones Locksport channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I want to take a look at these two Master Lock padlocks I got here. Now, one thing that as a beginning lock picker that I have done is I've gone to my local Home Depot, my local Lowe's, and I have bought a ton of different locks that they have available there. So they have like the Master Lock number 3s, the 930s. This is the 530. And that's kind of really how I've kind of been getting my beginning locks and just kind of locks to get kind of a good feel of what's going on and all that. I've also been working on making my own challenge locks. So what I did was I went out and I bought a few of these Master Lock M530s to begin practicing making my challenge lock. And I actually noticed a difference the other day when I bought like my fourth M530 from them. One reason why I was also getting a bunch of them was when I went to record them, put the cylinders back in, I put the cylinder in wrong and it blocked the keyway, so I wasn't able to get the key in there or get my picks in there to get the locks open. So I, in essence, bricked a couple of these. And I noticed some really a couple cool differences with the Master Lock M530s. And kind of the first difference, and I don't have one of the older ones, but I think Master Lock went through a kind of a rebranding of these, and I noticed that the packaging was white instead of black. You still have the same security level 7, but there were some differences with this one that I noticed versus one of the older ones. So this one right here is one of the older ones I got. And one of the differences I see is when I look at the bottom here and look at the model number, this is M530CD. But on the newer one, it's DF instead of the CD. Now, the material looks a little bit different. The finishing's slightly different. But it's the same material, same padlock. The also looks like that they have drilled the hole for the shackle so air can escape when you're unlocking it and relocking it. So those are a little bit in a different spot, but the big difference is with the cores. But first, let me go through. I'm going to do a quick pick on these. And so I've got, let me get my thought I had my bottom way turning tool out, but I don't. So this is the old one. And one thing that I noticed with the old ones, they're very easy to pick. It's a 4-pin cylinder. I say very easy, but whenever you do this stuff on camera, it always wants to be a little bit harder than normal. There we go. So that was fairly easy. But with the newer one, it was a little bit more of a challenge. Now, I'm also probably having a little bit of slower time at this because I'm having an issue with my left wrist right now. Which is why I've got it bandaged up and my glove on. But I noticed right away when I go to do this, I get more of a rotation with it, which means there's spool pins in here, which the other one didn't have. So this one is a little bit harder to pick. Because, yeah, I got spool pins in here. So there we go. So it's still fairly easy to open because it's a 4-pin cylinder, but the picking difference is noticeable between the two. And so what I have here is I got 2 other ones that I have opened and gutted already. To open these, it's actually real simple. You got a Phillips head screw in here. You unscrew that, the retaining plate comes off, and the cylinder comes out. Now, one thing I did notice was that with the newer locks, you have to be careful when you're opening these, because what I notice is that the locking mechanism easily falls out of that, as that just shows. This is the older one, and you'll see, well, if I shake it, it came out, but I had to shake it pretty good for it to come out. So they kind of changed the amount of oil and lubrication that they are putting in these. Um, so that was just one notice that I had, and that's actually why I installed the cores incorrectly the first few times I was doing this. Was that came out as soon as I pulled it out, and so I had to learn how to reassemble this lock in particular, which was a bit of a fun uh, lesson. Um, but the first thing that I noticed is the core
Here's
of
what I found.
the
phrase for...
Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. My Alexa decided to all of a sudden start speaking when I never even asked it. Thank you, Amazon. All right. So anyways, getting back to the video here. This is the core of the older M530, and you'll notice they crimp the end so there's no retaining clip. So in order for me to fully disassemble this core and to get to the security pins in that, I had to modify it a little bit and file out one of the sides of the crimps and all that. So this way, if I go to the 9 o'clock position, I can pull the core out. But if I go to unlock it at the 3 o'clock position, that stays in place. With the newer core, they went with a retaining clip, which I found was kind of interesting. And I'm going to warn people, with this newer design, this retaining clip is on there tight. It is a royal pain in the ass to get off. I almost broke my wrist getting the thing off. So, it's a very thick retaining clip, so trying to pop it off is a challenge. Now, if you're not getting to the security pins, it's the same design where you rotate it 180 degrees. You can pull out the key pins, pull out the key, put in the new key, put in new key pins, and then you rekeyed the lock that way. But if you want to fully disassemble it, you got to pull off that retaining clip so you can pull the core out, and then you can get into the Bible, get the security pins out and replace those. So they kind of made it a little bit, I want to say, easier to do it because you don't need to file or modify the casing, but they made it so much more difficult because this is a royal pain in the ass to get off. Now, the other thing that I noticed that was a really big difference with this one is that in the newer one, they actually put in spool pins. So I'm going to see if I can get these up here so that people can see them. So yeah, these are kind of the spool pins that you would see in like the 930s or the other not American Lock, Master Locks that have security pins in them. They're a smaller spool pin, and they're kind of rounded, so once you get up above the actual kind of the middle part there, it makes it a little bit easy for it to slide into the I'm having a hard time remembering my words today, the shear line and all that. So with the original design, and I am going to say these are not the original security pins in, because I am working on my own challenge lock here. I've been trying to find like the max size of security pins that these casings will hold. And so this is a standard pin that I made just to test sizing and all that. But I mean, it's the same exact type of pin that was in here originally. This is a standard pin, nice and smooth. So when you go to pick it, it doesn't do any funkiness. It's easy pick. This is actually, I would equate this more with the Master Lock or the Master Lock 3s, 1s, 5s, on those lower ones. But the newer one I would equate to the Master Lock 1921 I have here, because this is a 4-pin lock that has spool pins. So they upped the security of the M530 to be the same as the 1921, which this is actually a higher security rating. I think it is, let me check my chart here. 1921 is a 9 on their security level out of 10. So I actually find that interesting that they did not modify the security rating on this, but it is the same as the Master Lock 1921. Now I'm sure that the rating also includes material, but this is a boron carbide. This is boron alloy, so I would imagine they're roughly the same. So I'm surprised they didn't change the security rating on that. So anyways, I wanted to do this quick little video here because I haven't done a video in a bit. I wanted to get one posted and one created. And also I just wanted to kind of go through this change that I noticed with it. And these were ones I picked up at my local Home Depot store. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Do feel free to like and comment on the video if you want. And everyone have a beautiful day.